What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Unboxing the Vinyl. I'm your host, Tim Bianconi. If you would go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel below, that would be greatly appreciated. If you could also hit that notification bell so you can be notified anytime we put out new content, that would be appreciated also. So I'm super excited today because I received something in the mail that I've been waiting for since I pre-ordered it 3 or 4 months ago. And that would be the 2 vinyl reissues of the Union albums. First being the Union self-titled record that came out in 1998, as well as the Blue Room, which was released in the year 2000. Now, some of you might be wondering, who is Union? Well, I'm going to tell you. Union is a supergroup of sorts. They formed in 1997 and ran until 2002, and briefly got back together in 2005. It's made up of singer John Corabi, who most famously replaced Vince Neil from Motley Crue in the 90s. But he was also the lead singer of the band The Scream. He's had stints in Rat, as well as the Dead Daisies and Brides of Destruction. On guitar, we have Bruce Kulick, who is most well known for his stint in Kiss. He spent 10 years as a guitar player in Kiss before the originals got back together. He's also had stints with Meatloaf and is currently the guitar player for Grand Funk Railroad. On drums, we have Brent Fitz, who, in addition to playing with Alice Cooper and Vince Neil, is also currently the drummer for Slash, featuring Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators. And then we have Jamie Hunting on bass, who also had stints as the bass player for David Lee Roth and Eddie Money. So very much a super group of hired guns or replacement members, or however you want to call it, but a really, really cool group. So like I said, the first album, simply titled Union, this came out on February 24th, 1998. It was originally released on Mayhem Records and produced by Kurt Cuomo. Didn't chart, unfortunately, no gold or platinum certifications or anything like that. Unfortunately, just due to the times and everything else, and probably the fact that it was, again, a supergroup made up of, replacement musicians and all that. Unfortunately, it didn't get a lot of attention, but very, very cool album, and we'll open that in just a second. Next, we have the Blue Room, which was released almost 2 years later on February 22nd, 2000. Released on Spitfire, which I think by that point had taken over Mayhem. I might be wrong about that. But it was produced by Bob Marlett, who produced a lot of albums for the bands and different acts that were signed to that label. But these reissues are actually done by a company called Deko Entertainment, who also have some other, fairly high-profile re-releases, as well as some new albums. Most notably by John Elefante, who used to sing for Kansas, and Joe Bouchard, who used to be in Blue Oyster Cult. But today, our concern is Union and these 2 albums. So let's open these up and see what we have. All right. So I've got my trusty, as I nicknamed it, No Caliber knife with me here. So hopefully this will go a little bit smoother than some of my other videos. Maybe not. And there were a couple of different editions that it came in, or at least a couple of different packages. So I just bought the basic vinyl package with the 2 vinyls. I know there was an edition where you could get some signed flats and group pictures and things like that. I didn't have the extra money to fork over for that, and I really just wanted the vinyls because I really want to hear these on vinyl. So again, here is the front cover of the first Union album, again released in 1998. On the back, here is the band as well as the track listing, as well as some other information like a giant barcode, a QR code, as well as everything from Deko Entertainment and all that. So one thing I will say, now this cover is not that drastically different from the original. Now the original, which I had on CD, or still have, I have digital, but that I originally had on CD, had this same logo, but it was more like a silver foil thing, and I don't remember if it said Union on the cover or not. I think it was just this this logo right here, this whatever this is, in like silver foil. So. But again, so they definitely, not only like reissued these and, remastered and everything, but they've also changed a few things with the covers and all that. So let's go ahead and open up the gatefold. But again, great packaging here, great packaging. All right, so we open up the inside. We see the band as they were in 1998. Very cool. Again, these guys have resumes that, are as long as, some people's rap sheets. I don't know if that's the right way to put that, but whatever. Here we open it. Here are pictures of the band inside the gatefold. So let's go ahead and pull out one of the vinyls and see what we have. I don't remember if there was any color to this vinyl, if it was gray, or if it was anything else. But if we look at the inner sleeve for the first side, and let me just make sure where the record is. Okay. On this side, we have some liner notes as well as some random pictures of the band. On the other side here, we do have a lyric sheet. So that's really cool. All right, so let's pull out this vinyl. Fancy. I was right. I wasn't sure, you know, if this was gray or what color it was, but, you know, totally makes sense. But here we go. The sticker in the middle is as simple as it can be. Union side 1, Union side 2 on this cool gray vinyl. So that's very nice. It's a little marbly too. You can't really see that on the video, but it's really cool. So, all right. So we've got side 3, and we've got side 4, exactly the same. Again, that's a little weird that the inner sleeves for both are exactly the same, but you know, hey, it is what it is. You know, but beyond that, I mean, the packaging for this is top notch. So, you know, no complaints there. All right, so there's the first Union album, simply titled Union. Now we're going to take a look at the Blue Room. All right, so give me just a second to cut this open with old no caliber. All right, let's go ahead and set this down just for a moment. Put it over here. All right, next we have the Blue Room. And the first thing I will say about this cover is, whereas this one's a little more like, almost like a matte finish, this is very glossy. This cover here is very glossy. And this, to my knowledge, is a completely different cover than the original. You know, maybe I'll put a graphic up here above my head, you know, showing the original cover. But yeah, this is very different. Actually, if you look at the back here, actually that right there, there's a picture of the original cover right there on the back of this record. So that's cool. But that's what the original cover, the CD and everything looked like. I actually like this a little bit better. I think this is a little bit cooler. A little bit Miami Vice there. All right, so there's the front cover. Back cover, again, some random pictures and different things, as well as a track listing. And again, another giant barcode and the Deko Entertainment and QR codes and everything there. So really cool. All right. So let's go ahead and open up this gatefold. All right. So this gatefold, wow, this is really neat. All right, so inside here we have the Union logo, like lit up in blue neon. We also have the list of band members, as well as some liner notes and some different things. So that's really neat. You know, so it would be fitting if the vinyl in here was blue, but I'm not entirely sure. All right, so if we open up this, it's very similar to the last record. There's, you know, random pictures of the band during this album cycle, as well as lyric sheets and maybe some liner notes and some different things. No, I think it's mainly just lyric sheets, just lyrics. All right, so let's see what this record looks like. Ooh, matches the name of the album, which the album is called The Blue Room. So if I can get this out of here. Ugh. All right, Tim fights with records. All right, so very cool blue vinyl. It's very cool looking. You know, but again, the inner stickers is very basic. You know, just side 1, side 2. And we'll double check, but I imagine the second record is exactly the same. All right, so there we go. There is the second album, The Blue Room. I don't know if I can set up the first album anywhere where you can see it, where you can't still see my pretty face, but we'll try. So we'll set it up right over there. Hopefully everybody can see that. All right, so let's talk about these records for a minute. So the first record over here, I mean, the first 4 songs, you know, just kind of punch you in the face, you know, and just don't stop. You start with Old Man Wise, goes right into Around Again, Pain Behind Your Eyes, Love I Don't Need It Anymore. I mean, God, just like 4 of like my favorite all-time rock songs. And then later in the record, another really cool song that has a fun chorus is a song called Get Off My Cloud, which is really cool. And then of course the Blue Room starts off with just a balls out rocker called Do Your Own Thing. Has a pretty long intro. It's about a minute long, the intro is, and then it just kind of fades in and then goes into like, you know, some distortion and feedback, you know, and then just busts into the song, you know. But it's a cool song with a cool chorus and everything, and really just rocks out. Dead, you know, just a, you know, kind of a slower, bluesy, real dark number. Everything's All Right, you know, there's a little bit, if you could imagine like almost like hard rock psychedelia, there's a little bit of that going on with that song. Who Do You Think You Are? You know, and you get to, you know, if you get to like raise your fist and scream motherfucker a lot with that song. It's really cool. And then of course, another one of my favorites on this album is a song called Hypnotize. Now, that is not to be confused with a Motley Crue song that Corabi did called Hypnotize. They're 2 entirely different songs. Initially, when I saw the record, I was like, "Ooh, cool! They did a version of Hypnotize from Motley," and then it turned out it was a different song. But it's a really cool song, one everybody should check out. So the first vinyl issues of these albums were, you know, unfortunately overlooked when they came out, And, the band just decided to call it quits after, 4 or 5 years because, just unfortunately nothing was happening. And it's really unfortunate because both these albums are amazing. Again, if you like the Corabi Crue album and you like Bruce Kulick's guitar playing, what else can you say? 2 amazing records. If you have the chance, I don't know if these are still available. I think they might have sold out, but if they do another run of them, pick them up. But even if you don't, I think these are all available on iTunes and your different streaming platforms. If not, you could probably find their CDs on Amazon or somewhere else. But even if you don't get the vinyl, check these guys out. You won't be disappointed. That's all I've got for you today. Again, like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel below. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified anytime we put out new content. I've got the rest of my Unboxing the Vinyl series. I've also got my Inside the Vinyl series where we talk about live albums and lost classics. Again, to me, both of these are lost classics. I've also got some live footage from some different concerts and festivals over the last several years. And if you're into disc golf, I've got some very mediocre disc golf videos out there starring some very mediocre players, myself included. So like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Peace out. Woo.
There you go, boy.